Did you know that a tiny molecule in your brain could be the key to your happiness, motivation, and much more? Welcome to our journey into the world of dopamine, the master molecule that guides our pleasures, desires, and even our will to get out of bed in the morning. Imagine a biological messenger, a neurotransmitter that has the power to make us feel good, to reward us, and to motivate us. That's dopamine for you. Nestled deep within the intricate pathways of our brain, dopamine is often hailed as the feel-good molecule, but its influence goes far beyond just making us feel good. Dopamine is indeed the puppet master behind the scenes, controlling how we perceive and respond to the world around us. It's the driving force behind our motivation to achieve goals, our ability to experience pleasure and reward, and even our capacity to focus and learn. But here's the twist. Dopamine doesn't just respond when we experience pleasure. It's also activated by the anticipation of pleasure. It's like your brain's way of saying, hey, this is fun, let's do it again. This is why we often find ourselves chasing experiences that have given us a dopamine kick in the past. From the delicious taste of your favorite food, the thrill of a roller coaster ride, to the satisfaction of achieving a personal goal, dopamine is the star player behind these experiences. It's the secret sauce that makes us feel alive, excited, and motivated. But dopamine isn't just about pleasure and reward, it also plays a crucial role in memory and learning, regulating mood, and even controlling motor functions. It's a master multitasker, juggling many roles with finesse, making it indispensable to our daily lives. Understanding dopamine is like unlocking a secret code to our brains. It's like having a backstage pass to the concert of our emotions, behaviors, and experiences. And the more we understand about this remarkable molecule, the more we can harness its power to improve our lives. Now that you understand the power of dopamine, let's dive into its fascinating history. Our journey begins in the 1950s when dopamine was first identified as a neurotransmitter. In the bustling world of post-war science, two researchers, Arvid Carlsson and Kathleen Montague, began their quest to understand this mysterious molecule. Carlsson, a Swedish pharmacologist, was intrigued by the brain's inner workings. He became the first to identify dopamine as a neurotransmitter, the brain's chemical messengers that transmit signals from one neuron to another. Carlsson's work was revolutionary, as it was previously thought that the brain only used a handful of neurotransmitters. This discovery broadened our understanding of the brain's complexity. Meanwhile, across the North Sea in England, Kathleen Montague was making her own discoveries. She observed that dopamine was not just a simple messenger. It was concentrated in certain areas of the brain, particularly the basal ganglia, a region known for its role in movement and coordination. This hinted at dopamine's deeper role in our brain's functions, a role that was yet to be fully comprehended. Their combined discoveries were the foundation of a new understanding of the brain. They showed that dopamine wasn't just a molecule. It was a critical component of our brain's communication system, shaping our thoughts, actions, and even our personalities. Their work also had profound implications for medicine. For instance, Carlsson's research led to the development of L-Dopa, a drug that replenishes the brain's dopamine, and is now a standard treatment for Parkinson's disease, a debilitating condition characterized by tremors and stiffness. Their findings also helped us understand a range of other disorders, from schizophrenia to addiction, where dopamine plays a pivotal role. It was a game changer, a revolution in our understanding of the brain and its intricate chemistry. So the discovery of dopamine was not just about identifying a new neurotransmitter, it was about understanding our brain's complex dynamics, about opening doors to new treatments for neurological disorders, and about gaining a deeper insight into what makes us who we are. This groundbreaking discovery was just the beginning of our understanding of dopamine. As research progressed, scientists began to understand the broader implications of dopamine in our lives. In the late 20th century, dopamine started to gain recognition beyond merely being a messenger molecule. Researchers began to see its influence on a wide range of behaviors and conditions. Some even dubbed it the molecule of addiction. Why? Because dopamine plays a crucial role in the reward system of our brain. When we engage in activities that are pleasurable or rewarding, dopamine levels spike, reinforcing that behavior and making us want to do it again. But dopamine isn't just about pleasure and reward, it's also intricately linked to motivation. A study from the early 21st century revealed that dopamine levels can predict how hard we're willing to work for a reward. It's like a motivational fuel, pushing us to strive, achieve, and persevere. The story doesn't end there. Dopamine has also been implicated in various mental health conditions. For instance, lower dopamine levels have been associated with symptoms of depression, while excess dopamine activity is linked to schizophrenia. This has led to the development of numerous drugs that target dopamine systems, aiming to restore balance and alleviate symptoms. Dopamine's influence doesn't stop at human behaviors and conditions. It's also a critical player in our understanding of neuroscience. It has helped us understand how neurons communicate, how information is processed, and how memories are formed and stored. In essence, it has revolutionized our understanding of the brain. Moreover, dopamine has challenged our perception of ourselves. It has made us question the extent to which our behaviors are under our conscious control, and how much they're driven by complex chemical interactions in our brains. It has underscored the fact that we're not just rational beings but also biological ones, influenced by a myriad of factors beyond our awareness. So, we've seen how our understanding of dopamine has evolved, but what does this mean for us today? Now, armed with this knowledge, we can start to use dopamine to our advantage. Imagine being able to tap into this powerful neurotransmitter, to use it to build healthier habits, achieve our goals, and enhance our overall well-being. That's the power of hacking our dopamine system. But before we dive in, it's important to remember that dopamine is a double-edged sword. While it can motivate and reward us, too much can lead to overstimulation, addiction, and other health issues. The first thing we can do to hack our dopamine system is through diet. Certain foods are known to increase dopamine levels. These include foods rich in tyrosine, an amino acid that's a precursor to dopamine. Foods like almonds, bananas, avocados, and lean meats are all high in tyrosine. Similarly, foods rich in antioxidants can help to maintain healthy dopamine levels by reducing inflammation in the brain. Exercise is another powerful way to naturally boost dopamine. Regular physical activity, especially aerobic exercise, has been shown to increase dopamine production. It doesn't have to be anything intense. A brisk walk, a bike ride, or even a dance class can do the trick. Next, we can cultivate a dopamine-friendly lifestyle. This includes practices like meditation and mindfulness, which have been shown to help regulate dopamine levels. It also includes getting enough sleep, as research has shown that sleep deprivation can disrupt dopamine function. Finally, it's important to manage stress. Chronic stress can deplete dopamine and lead to a host of related issues. So finding healthy ways to manage stress, such as through exercise, mindfulness, or hobbies, is crucial. As we explore these strategies, it's important to remember that balance is key. The goal isn't to flood our brains with dopamine, but to maintain a healthy balance that supports our well-being. Remember, the goal isn't to flood our brains with dopamine, but to maintain a healthy balance that supports our well-being. As we look to the future, the story of dopamine is far from over. The field of neuroscience is buzzing with excitement as researchers delve deeper into the mysteries of dopamine, that tiny yet powerful molecule that has such a profound impact on our lives. With the advancement of technology and a growing understanding of the human brain, we're on the brink of discoveries that could change the way we view our minds and our health. Ongoing research is exploring dopamine's potential role in treating diseases. For instance, studies are investigating its use in therapies for Parkinson's disease, a condition characterized by the death of dopamine-producing neurons. There's also a promising line of research looking into the use of dopamine in treating depression and other mental health disorders. Could we be on the cusp of a new era of treatment options? But it's not just about treating diseases. Dopamine also holds immense potential for improving our mental health and well-being. Imagine harnessing the power of dopamine to boost motivation, increase productivity, or even enhance our capacity for joy and pleasure. It's a tantalizing prospect, isn't it? However, as with all scientific endeavors, the path to understanding is paved with challenges. One of the biggest hurdles in dopamine research is the complexity of the brain itself. Dopamine doesn't work in isolation. It interacts with a host of other neurotransmitters, hormones, and systems, all of which are intricately linked in ways we're just beginning to understand. This underscores the importance of continued learning and understanding. We need to keep pushing the boundaries of our knowledge, asking the hard questions, and exploring every possible avenue. After all, every discovery, every breakthrough brings us one step closer to unlocking the full potential of this extraordinary molecule. While there's still much to learn, one thing's for sure. Dopamine is a powerful force in our lives, and understanding it can help us live happier, healthier, and more motivated lives.